Hi, this is Wishop, and this is your weekend reading for Saturday, March 7th and Sunday, March 8th. So I rolled the dice for the I Ching, and I got mountain over lake. So mountain is in the yang, or sort of external position. Lake is in the yin, or internal position. And we have seen this one decrease or decline before. When we saw it, I think a few weeks ago, the focus then, with the context of the astrology and the cards, seemed to be on simplifying, to continue boiling down to exactly what you need, and getting rid of extra stuff, just focusing on the essentials and not putting resources into things that aren't really part of your future goals. So what I think the focus is this week, however, in decrease, is not just that, oh, bad things may have happened or might have happened. The Pluto-Uranus square, which is going to culminate, if you will, March 16th, 17th, as they come into square again for the 7th time that we're dealing with over the last 2.5 and 3 years, that has brought a lot of things to the surface. It has torn down a lot. It's brought things to light. It's created revelations and revolution and a lot of need to get real with stuff. And that's still going on. So when we look at decrease, you may have had losses tied to this period of time. And it's okay to, I think, to grieve them in an appropriate way. Like, let yourself feel what has changed. Does it mean the future won't be better? No, I think the future will probably be great and should be better. But allowing yourself to be honest, which Pluto requires scrupulous honesty. That's part of what its pushes. We talk a lot about Uranus and its lightning energy of revolution, but part of what Pluto's doing, besides love, death, intensity, is truth. Pluto wants you to get real with your own crap. So when we're talking about 41 decrease, we're talking about getting real with what the last 2.5 or 3 years have meant to us. How have we changed? What did we lose? What did we gain? But really being honest about that. And if you have bad feelings about anything that's gone by the wayside, now is the time to really revisit those feelings and see how you can help work through the grieving process, because you need to get through those. You need to process them in a way that feels honest to what the thing meant to you. But that is going to pave the way for your future. So I'm not one that much counsels, well, just slap a happy face sticker on it and it'll be better. Sometimes that works, but some things are very deep and they really deserve for you to process them in a more deliberate way. So now is the time, with the Pluto square culminating. Anything that we haven't dealt with is going to give us a huge kick in the ass again. So if there's anything that's been brought up and that you sort of think you're going to slide on, I think probably not. I think probably you're going to get another big look at it. And the more honest you are with yourself and forgiving with yourself, the easier that's going to be. And you're going to realize what amazing progress you've made and how much this has helped set up the next big phase of your life. So that's why I say consider events and desires. Decrease can also deal with issues of want and envy. So right now, if you are dealing with questions of, why didn't things go better for me? Everything seems to be going well for that person. Why did all this happen to me? It didn't happen to somebody else. This is a time to get real with that too. At the part that all these events have played in your life, the part that you've contributed to them, and that open-hearted forgiveness of yourself and the big hug that says, okay, now get back out there in the game and play and have fun. So I think that's part of what's going on here. The only big sort of astrology thing going on this weekend, other than the, impending Pluto-Uranus square, which just keeps kind of applying its fun, special kind of pressure, is that the moon is going into Libra on Sunday. And I think that's good. The moon was in Virgo, very practical, which has also been, full moons are a great time for releasing. So again, we've got that releasing energy. But now that the moon is moving into Libra, you ought to feel a little more balanced. And also because Libra is a communicative kind of diplomatic sign, and Mars is in Aquarius, which is also very communicative. I seem to be stumbling over that word, but you should be feeling more ready to share your plans. You know, I think we've been talking about building plans and being in that burgeoning stage where you're a bulb under the snow. And this means we're now ready to share those plans with trusted people, and we're ready to start that kind of outreach. And I know that Mars is in Aries now and it's kind of firing things up. We're still trying to be deliberate with things, but we're definitely on the swing towards more action. And I think all the planets are going that way too. So I pulled 2 random tarot cards for the weekend, and we're going to have an oracle card too. So the first one we have is from the Wildwood Tarot deck, and I'm a flipper. Okay, Queen of Stones, which is bear. Let me hold this up closely so you can see this. So this would be the Queen of Pentacles. So very earthy, very practical, obviously, but very fierce and protective of what she has. So she's very wise, knows what's what, will not be pushed around, is protective. And really this protective energy is something that I've been seeing come up in the cards recently anyway. It's not being fierce for no reason. It's knowing what is worth protecting. In times of decrease or loss or chaos, you're going to find out like which of the things from your house you would actually want to take with you in a fire. If you could only grab one thing, and you didn't have to put yourself in danger for it, because they always say don't grab anything. But conceptually, the idea, if you could grab one thing, what would it be? And that thing may have changed over the last few years. So now that you know what's dear to you, you need to stand up for it. So the Queen of Pentacles is very practical about the way that she sets boundaries, about the way that she uses her resources. Obviously, we're coming out of winter, so a bear coming out of winter is going to be lean, right? They've used up all their reserves. And you may feel like at this point, I don't have any emotional reserves left. I've used it all up. But that's not true. If you're careful and you really put your resources where it matters, the energy and the passion that you have is going to be more than enough. And you're going to see as the sun starts pouring energy into us, and it's in Pisces now, and then when the sun will move to Aries, and you'll get that infusion of energy that you need, and you'll start kind of feeling like you're coming to life again. But right now, still be a little careful with your resources if you're feeling drained or a little under the weather, or you just want to ride out the rest of this Pluto-Uranus square. If it's really been kicking your butt, then, just be a little bit gentle with yourself. So here's the second card, and it is, Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so Queen of Swords, let's look at her up right here. Queen of Swords in this deck, this is the Shadowscapes Tarot, I should have said. We've got these beautiful kind of calla lily flowers and all these butterflies. And instead of a traditional sword, she's sort of got this curved, circular looking, I guess it's a blade, but it's draped with jewels, as if it's not really getting used to slice heads that much. So when you see it in this position, you can think of somebody who is the reverse of Queen of Swords, being too dictatorial, too tough, too domineering. And so certainly you don't want to be that. But when I look at this deck, I see this sort of gorgeously arrayed blade, and there are butterflies nearby that aren't worried in the least about it. They're not feeling intimidated or scared. And so I think with this particular Queen of Swords in reverse, I would say don't be afraid to use your blade if you need to. don't be afraid to cut loose things. If you've put your blade on ice, it's okay to take it out as long as you're careful. And really, we've got these two queens here. These are wise people. These are people who know how to use their resources. So while you wouldn't say run out and chop anybody's head off, I sort of feel like you can show a little bit of the glint of your blade if you feel like you need to set boundaries. So last, I'm going to pull a random oracle card from the from the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reed. So here that is. I might have to put another crystal up here to hold it in place, but I'm going to flip it. Metamorphosis. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? And we've been getting this card a lot lately. I mean, I really have. So we've got these gorgeous flamingos and more butterflies of transformation. And I think it's just saying we're still in that amazing process that we've been undergoing, and it's happening. And right now, it probably feels like it's picking up momentum of its own. And I think it is. I feel like definitely the processes that we've put in motion are really picking up speed. And now we don't have to spend so much energy on them, and they shouldn't be so hard. So just try to take good care of yourself and let this happen. I think if you want to spend time contemplating the ways that you have changed and been changed, that's really time well spent. But you don't need to spend time, flogging and running around and convincing anybody of anything. This is a time to be very comfortable with being who you are, with trying to love and appreciate who you are, with looking at any losses in your life honestly, but really putting yourself in the position that you'll be able to move on soon, because the time will be coming and you'll be busy. And so really feeling like some of this old business is at least wrapped up in a good place is going to be very important. So this could refer to other kinds of old business too, not just emotional old business. But get ready, because spring, the gorgeousness of spring and the metamorphosis is on its way. Thanks very much, and have a fantastic week, and talk to you soon.